Hi, my name is Joey Pfeffer, and I'll be talking about the book that we read this month, which was Evil Geniuses by Kurt Anderson. Evil Geniuses tells the story of a shift that occurred in the American political economy, mainly during the 1970s and 80s, in which we went from the New Deal post-World War II society, which was very much based on having a strong social welfare state and a strong social fabric, to the modern hyper-individualist society that's characterized by having large corporations and a shrinking middle class. Evil Geniuses tell this story not just through the political and economic shifts that occurred in these periods, but also through cultural and social things that changed. And it targets specific individuals and events that had outsized roles in this change in the American social landscape. So I think it's generally a pretty good book. I think its strengths lie in its discussion of that period, and also in the fact that it's separated into multiple different self-contained sections. And so if someone doesn't want to read the entire book, they can just read one of those sections and still get a very detailed and insightful analysis of it. My complaints about the book are twofold. Firstly, it tries talking about other historical periods at times, and I think its discussion of those periods lacks the rigor that it brings to its discussion of the 1970s and 80s. I think its discussions, for example, of the Gilded Age in the late 1800s or even earlier are oversimplified, and I think that is a real drawback of the book. And then I think lastly, the book describes how capitalism has become hyper individualistic, and that a different, more restrained form of capitalism is what American society should strive for in creating in the future. But it doesn't provide any real prescriptions for how society can get there, and so it sort of just laments our current condition and says we need to move forward in this way, but it offers no real insights in moving forward. So for these reasons, because it provides a very good history of the 1970s and 80s, but has these drawbacks, I give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars.